All right. Ladies, congrats on the win. McKenna, I'll start with you, then Kari. Just tell us about the match and what was it like to be out there on that court against a good Yale team?
Yeah, I think we felt comfortable, and I think that's probably the first time in now 5 years that we finally felt comfortable on the court. I don't know for other people, but for me, I felt finally it was like, okay, this is comfort. This is we're used to this. This is what it's used to. And I think that's really important, especially as leaders and upperclassmen, to feel comfortable as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I agree. I think that we were very calm and we knew what to expect. We each knew we needed to do our jobs, and we knew that Yale was not a team to be overlooked. I think that was the biggest thing coming in, is that we can't look forward until we take care of what's right in front of us. And I think we did a good job doing that.
Back and forth in that first set, did it take you a little while to get settled into the match?
Yeah, I think it's a new team, so we don't know exactly. You can watch them on film as much as you want, but until you play them in person or see them in person, you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what they're just little tendencies that you can't see on film. So I think that's really important to have and understand the game as quickly as possible. And it took us about the first set to figure that out.
Yeah, there's always pregame jitters. And so once you get that out of the way, I thought we did a good job of buckling down.
A sweep in an NCAA tournament. Just talk a little bit about the emotions and kind of what this does for the team's momentum as well going forward.
Yeah, I think it's something that we that was our goal. I don't think it was anything that we looked past was that first round. But our eyes are now on Penn State, so it's a successful win. But this is exactly where we wanted to be in the match that we wanted to be in.
We knew that Yale was going to be a tough component, and now that that is out of the way, we know that we have a serious match tomorrow night against whoever wins the match right now.
Speak of Abby, she was incredible. I think she ended up with like 9 blocks and just dominating the middle. Her and Claudia continue to be credible out there in the middle and really gave Yale a lot of issues blocking there and helped their defense.
Yeah, I think blocking is a huge part of any volleyball, defense and offense. If you can slow them down offensively, it's going to put a big stick in wherever they're going. I don't know, but it's just it's a good, she did a really good job of putting hands up and putting them where they're going to swing. I mean, that's something we've been looking forward to for the past 3 weeks now, is just pressing on our block, working on our block. And our blockers did a really good job today of staying low. A lot of volleyball people don't realize if we were to reach high tonight, they would have had a ton more kills.
Mm-hmm.
They were blasting balls out of bounds and they missed our hands by maybe an inch. And that's important to realize, that our blockers did a good job of forcing them to go out.
Yeah, our middles were super diligent in working on their blocking all season, and getting them involved opens up the pins tremendously. Helps McKenna, helps me, helps Heidi, and Amber does a good job at recognizing that. And so the middles work super hard, and I think that they contributed well tonight.
What adjustments did you make after that first set that allowed you to play more of your game in that second set?
I think we had to pick up our defense, and that was the biggest part. They were a scrappy team. They tipped a lot. They were a really smart team. And we just kind of came crashing in. Our defense was never stopped. We were always still moving, and that's something that we talked about going into the second set of stay stopped, do not move until you know exactly where that ball is going, and you'll still have time to get there.
Yeah, I think that we talked about our blocking after the first set, and we said we are reaching, it's going high, and so they're getting us a little bit at our armpits basically, and so we need to be more disciplined at that. So once we made that adjustment, it was much easier for the defense to read, and so we could help them out doing that. I think that was a big thing.
Other than maybe some pregame jitters, what do you think were some of the other obstacles that you guys overcame tonight?
I think we knew that they were going to be a tough serving team, and that's something that we had to limit as quickly as possible, is serve aggressively. And I think we did a pretty good job. I think tomorrow they're going to be just as aggressive, and we just have to buckle down for it. So I think that's something that we can even grow on. But I don't know. I think a piece of it is just emotions of where we're at. We're an older team, so it's kind of like, okay, this could be it. This could be it. And putting those emotions aside to play a game.
Yeah, I agree. I think that we just did a good job, I think, of coming back down to earth at the beginning of a game, especially their first game in the NCAA tournament. There's always expected outcomes, but you never know what can happen. Anyone can beat anyone on any given night, especially in the NCAA tournament. So I think just after that first set, when we kind of got our bearings together, we knew that we could go forward full speed ahead.
You're both Minnesota girls. So I'm curious, A, how does it feel to be in the cold weather up there? And B, In Big Ten territory, which I'm sure as you both grew up, saw a lot of Penn State matches, that's a special court that a lot of volleyball fans and players are familiar with. What's been the experience like for both of you so far?
Just playing in the Big Ten, it's really great. You see a different type of just climate and atmosphere. You see really cool venues because they're bringing in a lot more money than the UCF is currently. But looking forward to the Big 12, I think we can ride with a lot of the same teams that we see here. It's cool. It's very cool to see. Kari, the cold.
We love the cold. We're the ones that don't need our parkas up here. Everybody's freezing running to the bus and we're like, we'll sit outside and get some fresh air. But yeah, I've played in this gym a couple times. I think this is my third or fourth time because I played in the Big Ten for 3 years, and I mean, it was exactly what I expected it to be. I know that tomorrow night the fans are going to add another outside obstacle, but that's something we look forward to. And I think that this team specifically really feeds off of energy, no matter where it's coming from. And so I think that will be a fun thing to look forward to.
From a recovery standpoint, how important is it to get that sweep and now you can rest and focus in on your next opponent?
Yeah, we've said that from the very beginning, is like, go in, beat this team as quickly as possible. Don't give them anything and get your legs and shoulders rejuiced and rejuvenated as quickly as possible. And we have the opportunity to do that now. I think we did a really good job of keeping our bodies in check for the past week. And now we're ready to go. I think our legs aren't overly jacked or juiced. I think we're in a good spot to be successful tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that we're not used to playing back-to-back matches back-to-back matches day after day. And so that'll be something that we have already keyed it on. We've already talked about it. We know what we have to do nutrition-wise, hydrate, get your legs up. So we did it in preseason. We can do it now.
Thank y'all.
Thanks.
You got one? You want one more?
Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Then Jenna's speaking y'all out.
You spoke a little bit about how this is kind of an older team, and you have NCAA experience. What is that leadership and that experience? How valuable is that in games like this?
I think it's super valuable. Is that right?
Yeah.
I think it's very important. I think we do a really good job of staying fun, having a good attitude, and keeping the pressure of how big this game is on the back burner. And I think that comes with maturity. It comes with age. And I think we have such a good group, and it's such an older group, and the younger ones are just following. Yep. Maybe even blindlessly, they don't even know necessarily what the pressure could be. And we're doing a really, really good job of staying with consistency throughout our days here.
Yeah, it's definitely the upperclassmen's role to take that and stay calm, because they look to us, they mirror us at all times, especially like McKenna and Amber, the quarterbacks of the team. We look to them at all times and they feed us good energy. So as long as we stay level-headed for the little ones, we know that we'll be good to go.
Bye, y'all.